Fire Rock Zone. Kawan J.
DJ One. The group, homie. The mixtape show. The mixtape show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mixtape Show. It is time for the Artist of the Week interview, and this week's Artist of the Week, man, checking in. If you're an old hip hop head like me, you know the group's name, and they start carrying the flag. Always put out dope music, so we definitely gonna be talking about that. We actually, it's kind of ironic too that we're here and it's close to Dilla Day and in the month of J Dilla, so we'll talk about that a little bit, and we'll talk about the new catalog, man. We got Slum Village in the building. Fellas, what's good,
Yes.
man? How y'all doing?
What's going on, bro?
Good.
What up,
good.
what up, dog?
Good, man. So how about we do this, man? Because we always have we have a wide variety of guest listeners on our platform. We have a lot of the young heads, and we have a lot of people like me who are the veterans. If you guys don't mind introducing and reintroducing yourselves to the audience, so we can kind of know who we talking to and stuff, and we'll kind of go from there.
What's going on? It's young RJ, one half of that Slum Village crew.
What up, dog? It's your boy T3. What's cracking?
T3, Young J, man. Fellas, how y'all doing, man? How's everything going for y'all?
Good, man.
Yeah, I heard it.
Studio,
right.
finishing music.
Finish your music, man. Finish your music. So let me ask you this, man, because I like I said, I grew up. Obviously, I'm a older age guy, so I kind of listened to the music back in the day. And then I always say this: when artists are really good, it's two guarantees. If you got an iTunes essentials playlist cracking, and there's nothing but bangers on there, you dope. Or if your joints was on mixtapes that other rappers was rapping on, you know you had some hits. And I used to hear the Slum Village joints all over the old 50 Cent, the mixtape 50 mixtapes, you know what I'm saying, all the time. And then, like I said, me and my wife was talking about this interview today, and I was like, oh, I'm interviewing Slum Village. She's like, oh man, I need to pull out my playlist. I ain't heard them joints in a while. So she got into start listening to the joints, and she was just doing that face like, oh, I remember this one. I remember this one. I know you guys are about to hit the road soon. So how does it feel when you may play some of those great records from back in the day, and you see the crowd kind of light up again, like, oh man, this is the joint? How does that still make you guys feel to this day when you get to that point?
Right. I mean, it's always dope, man, for people to react to the music, whether it's old or new. You know what I'm saying? We always give it 110% when we perform. So it's always dope, man. And yeah, we've been added to a lot of playlists, man, the classics and some of the new joints.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, we just happy to still be in the game.
Absolutely.
The game is so hard to be into today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being a new rapper today.
Absolutely.
What it would take to crack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
so I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate the fans.
And RJ, I know you guys got this new joint we're gonna talk about here, this request joint that's banging, man. I love that, the sound of that. How's it been for you, man, to help carry that flag of Slum Village and you know, people get that reaction when you're out there and about? How does it feel on your point of view?
I mean, it feels good. It feels good to come in and help carry the torch and push the legacy forward.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, never forgetting J Dilla and by 10, the foundation, and you know, just keeping it moving forward.
Yeah.
The further we take it, the further we take Dilla and by 10 along with us.
Absolutely. And we around that time of year where it is Dilla month, and we just had a birthday with Dilla. It would have been his 50th birthday. I know as a hip hop fan outside, I live in Dallas, so it's a different effect. But when you're from the city in Detroit, how's the city feel? What's the energy in the city around this time of year for you guys?
We always it's a support, man. We've been doing, it's been a Dilla Day here for the last 18 years, man. So people definitely support the legacy and the movement. You know what I'm saying? When Slum Village started out with Dilla, it was a small hip hop community.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That listened to the type of music that we were making at the time. So you know what I'm saying? It's definitely grew, and you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a worldwide, international thing now.
Yeah.
So J Dilla forever. You know how that goes.
Forever. I remember too, me growing up. Like, so I live in Dallas now. I grew up in Queens, so I was once that ignorant East Coast head where it was like, if it ain't from New York, I don't listen to it. But I remember when I started expanding my ears a little bit to different cities, my only recollection of Detroit hip hop was Boss. Remember Boss? with Born
Yes,
Gangsters.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
that was my Detroit hip hop, and then I heard Slum, and I was just like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying, and it connected me to the Tribe Called Quest sound and all that stuff, and that's when I really started getting
Right.
into it, and I was just like, man, these dudes are dope, you know what I mean, and it just kind of helped expand my palette musically to just different sounds, and knowing that it's more than just that five boroughs, you know what I'm saying, that hip hop really is out there, and you guys are one of those groups that help introduce me to sounds outside of the city, and just kind of like, man, they really do dope music outside of that, because like I said before that, it was Boss as far as Detroit,
Right.
you know, and then you had Royce the
Yes.
5'9", and you had, you know, Eminem and all that, but that was dope artists, but your guys' music kind of stuck to me more just because that's the kind of energy I grew up in as far as the sounds, you know, with my family being musicians and stuff like that. So I definitely appreciate you guys for opening my brain a little bit, you know what I'm saying, with your music and your sounds. And even to this day now with the new music, it's good to hear Slum Village still rocking it, man. And you guys are working on a new project too, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. We finishing up the mixes, but we done.
Nice, nice. What's gonna be the name of the project, RJ?
Fun.
Okay.
FUN.
It's simple, right? Is that, I'm assuming that's gonna be the overall feel of the album, just a good fun album and just having a good time.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, it's an acronym though.
Okay.
It means FU ninjas.
Gotcha.
Is what it means. It don't mean it ain't just fun.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a kind of play on both on the words, and so it's a little bit of both. Though.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? We talking our stuff, but yeah, it's definitely fun and energetic at the same time.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. T, what keeps you still going, man? What's the thing that keeps you still, like you said earlier, it's tough for the newer cats to make it out in this game, but what's the thing that kind of helps motivate you to still want to get up and still be artistic and creative and put out these great records?
Well, I mean, the song title. It's really fun for me to write and do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying. I can imagine me doing anything else. So for me to be able to be creative and turn it into a lifestyle, and you know, and can take care of me and my family, it's just dope. It's just dope. So I'm blessed to even be able to do this. So
Yeah.
that's. I mean, I'm having a ball.
Yeah.
Actually, I actually am. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it. It's fun, man. What else you gonna do?
True.
Go rap.
True that.
If you rap. If you
Don't discount your talent that the good Lord gave you, right? Don't shortchange your
yes.
talent. You know.
Yeah, don't play yourself, pay yourself, as
Absolutely.
Callie would say.
Absolutely. RJ, for you, man, coming up, brother, as a producer, who was your soundtrack like coming up as a youngster, like before you got kind of got into it, but when you kind of was discovering the music and kind of having a feel for it, who was your soundtrack like in your house growing up?
Uh, the hip hop era
Just in
or
general,
childhood.
yeah, just in childhood. We'll say childhood. Like who was mom and dad playing in the mornings on Saturdays when you were cleaning up?
Uh, they would be playing like whatever the competition was because they did music as well.
Ah, okay.
So you know, you would hear Luther, you would hear Run DMC, you know, whatever was out at the time. You know, he was studying
Okay.
Anita Baker, you know, all of that kind of stuff.
Ah,
Hip hop wise, my sister got me into the Tribes, of course. You know, Far Side, all of that kind of stuff. That, you know, around 92, you know, 91, somewhere around there is when I started really getting into hip hop.
so you were kind of born and bred into it. So it was kind of like that was your path, regardless of
Yeah,
the music.
for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm the same way. I had a huge family of musicians. I'm the only one who cannot play an instrument in my family, but the turntables are an instrument, right? So
That's right.
I singers, my uncles played drums, all the pianos, all that stuff, and that thing just went over my head, like went right past me. So it's always fun watching that creative stuff. And then it was like the Partridge Family, man, growing up, just watching everybody play music.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So T, man, we, like I said, we got the new project, you guys hitting the road, got this new single. Summertime, man. What is summertime looking like for Slum Village right now after the project drops? Or do we have a release date for that? Do we know when that's coming out, or you have a ballpark?
I think we're dropping it sometime in April. So, and we're going on tour at the end of March. So we start our European tour in March, and then we work our way back to the States. So we're gonna go to Europe first, and we're gonna do maybe a month or two. Who knows how long it's gonna be?
Yeah.
Because we still add dates,
Nice.
and
Nice.
and then we're gonna come back to the U.S. and then do it all over. Take some time off and then do that all over again. So yeah, we're
Dope.
working, man. You know,
Dope.
so we're blessed to be able to work.
RJ, going to different countries where they don't particularly speak the greatest English in the world, but they know those lyrics and they know the beat. How does that make you feel, man, when you see that?
It made me feel good. You know, it makes me feel like the time that we spend doing what we love, because you got to love what you're doing first.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it feel like it's worth it.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah. T, connection, right? It's a connection thing. It's the exchanging energies.
Yes.
This person who doesn't speak the best English in the world has a totally different lifestyle from you, growing up in the Detroit area, and they're living where they live. But once that music hits, it's that connection. Talk about that, man. What is that feeling like for you as a veteran, and you still got that connection overseas with those artists? I mean, those fans.
I mean, you know what? It's the first time I ever had that, I was shocked that the people knew the music. So the first time Slum Villages ever went over there was probably 1989. Well, no, not that. Like 91, 98. Like 98.
Okay.
98.
Okay.
I think that's 98. First time we went over there. And I was amazed that they knew the records they did. They had a whole bootleg of our album. You know what I'm saying? That's when bootlegs was big.
Yeah.
So they had a Slum Village album with the New York skyline. Like it was from New York.
Lost in translation somewhere, right?
Yes. So yeah. But they knew the music, so it was dope because when we was doing the songs for the first time in Europe, everybody knew the record, so it was dope. So you know what I'm saying?
For you guys, has like the way social media acts and technology, has it kind of, well, obviously it's taken away from that surprise feel, because you can kind of see instantly people connected with the music overseas and the numbers are right pretty instantaneously. Do you miss that kind of shock value part of it when you go somewhere new and people know your record?
Well, it's a gift and a curse with that, man. It's a lot of pluses with social media, and then it's a lot of negatives, like you said. You know, people don't have that shock factor no more. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. But, you know, so I just take it as it comes, man. Everything's got to change. And that's inevitable. You can't stop change. Change is going to keep happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Either to you or for you.
Yeah.
As our song says.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, RJ, since you know, you're the producer of the crew now and you make the music with them, man, how have you gotten and I'm sure you have, has anybody compared you to Dilla, or has that come up a lot where kind of like, did they ever try to make you feel like you're just the replacement of Dilla, or do you feel like you have that respect as the producer now of the group?
I think that people don't really care who doing what as long as the music is dope. You know, I think now the art of looking in the credits to see who did what is gone.
Yeah.
So, you know, for me, it's more so about the brand, the Slum Village. You know what I'm saying? If they think I did it, great. You know what I'm saying? If they don't, you know, maybe you'll find out on the next one.
Yeah.
You know, but as long as the Slum banner is up there, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, yeah. Did you guys get to participate in any of the Hip Hop 50 stuff last year? Like any of the major events, or was it?
Not really. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's the first time that's ever been done. Everybody was trying to be a part. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what? It is what it is with that.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just happy that hip hop has been feeding my family for 30 years. So, you know what I'm saying? So hip hop definitely saved a lot of lives out there. Yeah. That's for sure. And I'm definitely thankful for it.
One of the greatest.
Yeah, we was also able to do the to celebrate the Hip Hop 50. We did a collab with Puma.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we had our own shoe and you know, shirts and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. We did drop our Puma classic. Yeah,
classics. Yeah. Those still available, or those kind of like Catch Me If You Can kind of release?
I think them gone. Them gone.
Those on the market, they're in the black market somewhere right now, right? Going for triple the price. I think one of my greatest quotes I heard was LL Cool J said one time, where people saying he was too old to make music, and he was just like, how are you going to tell me not to live my dream? Like, I've been dreaming of being a hip hop artist or a rapper my whole life. So who's to tell me I should stop living my dream just because, I'm older in age? He's like, if anything, I got more to talk about because I lived life. You know what I mean? So it's dope.
For sure.
It's dope when we got mature acts, and I got a partner of mine. He has his slang is, he calls it adult contemporary hip hop, where it's like, grown man music, 9 to 5 music, and guys who got the jobs and stuff like that, and they still love the culture and the art, and they still love to do that. So I definitely salute you guys and appreciate you guys for still being around and giving me a little bit of nostalgia with the name brand and everything. But when I hear the music, it still sounds just as dope and future classics on the way, man. So I definitely appreciate you guys for still grinding and putting it on your back and still doing it, man. So I appreciate y'all.
Word, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Dope, man. So the album's coming soon. We're gonna do some touring soon, hitting the overseas, gonna have a great time over there, come back and do that. What else you got on your bucket list you guys want to knock out, RJ? What you got that you want to personally do? Is it going to be just slum stuff, or you want to do some other stuff outside of this?
Only thing I'm focused on is slum.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once we finish with this run we about to get ready to do, we'll sit down and figure out what's next. We also working on the docu-series.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So we got things that we really trying to focus on to push the brand forward.
Nice. And T, what about Detroit hip hop, man? What is one thing you want people to know that probably hasn't been exposed about it, or anything you could think of that you still kind of like, yo, we still have to put this out about Detroit music and the scene? Anything out there that you could think of?
I mean, the thing I like about Detroit hip hop is I think we constantly recreating ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you listen to Eminem, who don't sound like Big Sean, who don't sound like Slum Village, who don't sound like T Grizzly, it's like we constantly reinventing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing about Detroit is we definitely try to be on the cutting edge of what we do and look for the next. Because when Slum Village came out, it wasn't no group like Slum Village. You know what I'm saying? And especially not in Detroit.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of eclectic sounds, and I think that's because we grew up on all types of hip hop.
Yeah.
When I was listening to Tribe, I was listening to NWA at the same time. It was no difference for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed all hip hop, and as far as the music that I was listening to, even the digging. I was listening to rock records, samba records, jazz, funk.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah.
We sample anything.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. I noticed that about the Detroit sound, is you guys take all those elements that came through Motown and rock and all that, and you infuse that in your music. So it's kind of like it's a gumbo. That city's like a gumbo as far as the music sound, where you take a little bit of everything and just, make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I love it, man. Detroit is definitely one of those dope cities of music that I love. And like I said, it's nobody sounds the same. It doesn't sound like how New York used to be just strictly boom bap, or LA used to be just West Coast and all that kind of stuff. It's Detroit. You know what I'm saying? It's just Detroit. What did you have? This is a good one too, because I know me coming up, this is my answer, I'll tell you mine. But when you were coming up listening to the NWAs and stuff like that, was there a group or an artist that you heard when they was explaining where they grew up at, and you was like, I do not want to go to that city? Did you got one of those two things?
Well, the whole West Coast.
Yeah.
I was scared of the West Coast more than I was scared of the East Coast. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because the West Coast had movies to back up theirs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you watching Boys in the Hood, you like, man, I am not.
I'm good on all of that.
Nowhere near that area with them colors on.
Absolutely.
I'm not.
What about you, RJ? You got anybody you listen to and you was like, nah, I'm good on them?
Like T said, it would have to be like Compton or something like that. How they presented it.
Yeah. Mine was Ghetto Boys and Houston. They kind of scared me when I saw my mind playing tricks on me. I was like, yeah, I don't need to go out there, even though I need to leave them alone. Houston's not that bad now that I'm older, and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. Dope, fellas. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Social media, man. What's the best way we can follow Slum Village and just kind of follow the journey on your guys' creative space right now?
Young RJ 313, and then you got official Slum Village on all platforms, and then you got T3 Slum.
Yeah.
T3 Slum. And then I know you said you're going on the road tomorrow. And when does the overseas overseas tour start? What dates do you start for that?
It's gonna be so we do LA. We head out there tomorrow. Then we do New York at the Blue Note. We got
Nice.
2 nights there.
Nights.
And then we home to finish the album before we leave.
Yeah.
And we officially leave out, I believe, around the 30th of March.
Nice. Is I probably missed this. Is the release gonna happen while you're already on the road, or is it after you get back?
Yeah, it's gonna be while we on the road. We
Dope.
drop it in April.
Nice. That's dope. That's a dope feeling, man. That's probably really gonna be a dope feeling, man. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I can't wait for the project to come out. I'm sure it'll be streaming anywhere in particular. It's gonna be kind of out everywhere. We can pick that up.
Everywhere.
All right. We'll support that. We'll definitely purchase that. We'll play some joints off that. And you got the single we'll play here after the interview that we have, the request joint. And I appreciate you fellas, man. Good luck over there on overseas. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out there. Represent hip hop the way that we know that you know how to do it, man. And this is always home to you guys. If you want to come back on, man, we'll definitely leave the doors open for you and come back and chop it up after the album drops, and we'll break it down.
Word.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
man.
man.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
Nah, the problem. Anybody you want to
Sure.
shout out? T, you want to shout out anybody that you can think of?
Shout out to all the haters, man. You know.
I love the haters. Thank you, haters.
Thank you.
RJ, what about you? Anybody in particular you want to show love to or anything like that?
No, I'm sticking with shout out to the haters.
Shout out to the haters. We love you, haters. We love you, man. All right, fellas, man. I ain't gonna hold you up. I know y'all got to hit the road, man. So I appreciate your time tonight. And this is home for you guys. We definitely gonna keep playing the record. Shout out to DJ Edition for hooking up this interview, man. I appreciate you, brother. And then this is home. Come back whenever the album drops after you get some rest, and let's talk about the album next time.
Word.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, bro.
All right. Peace. We'll be right
All
back.
right, peace.
Peace.